Hi, I am super excited that you're here, and I'm going to be going over everything about competition suits to help you feel more equipped when you are ordering and deciding on a competition suit from head to toe today. So, we're going to go ahead and get right into it because we have a lot to cover. So, if you're new here, my name is Sarah. Hi, I'm a certified personal trainer, fitness nutrition specialist, prep coach, and a bikini competition seamstress, all for Top Notch Strong. So, I do a little bit of everything when it comes to helping you feel your most confident on stage. Of course, this has to be said as well. We've created different competition suits that have caught the eyes of judges, helping our customers and clients stand out on stage against their competition, making them feel the most confident because they're not just blending in with all the other competitors that you see, and they have a little bit of an edge when it comes to our designs for them to make sure that we're accentuating their best features for what the judges are looking for on show day. So today we're going to be going over everything that goes into a competition suit, learning about from head to toe ways to customize, ordering, and questions that we most commonly get when it comes to ordering a competition suit, whether it's been your first time or maybe this isn't new to you, but you're really looking for something a little bit different. With all of this being said, let's go ahead and get right into all about competition suits. So, the biggest thing that you are first going to determine is what color and fabric that you want for your suit. Picking the color of your fabric should complement your skin tone. And just keep in mind that you are going to have a competition tan the day of your show. So, it should also complement that as well. But if you're lighter skin tone like myself, I'm not going to typically go for something that's like orange, yellow, or white, only because, like, for me, that's not typical colors that I feel the most confident in and would wear for a bikini, but also because of the tan, I'm more on the orangey side. So I typically would stay away from colors that are going to make my suit blend in with my skin tone and go for a more contrasting color. However, if you have a darker skin tone, definitely by all means, and those are colors that you like typically go for, that like that's your favorite, what makes you feel the most confident, definitely go for those because they are the less common, right? Especially when in terms of colors. But fabrics come in all different arrays of colors and shades, and you're going to get your matte colors, you're going to get foils, which has a little bit of shimmer, you're going to get your holographic like the one here in the middle, which is going to have a lot of specks of different dimensions. And then there's also our specialty fabrics, which are like the one in the top right, which is our Atlantic blue velvet, which is going to be something a little different. You wouldn't normally cover that all in crystals because you're going to lose, that specialty fabric and being able to see that. But it's going to be different than what other competitors are wearing or typically go for on average. So we do have fabric samples for this case so that you can kind of go through all of our colors, which we have 30 plus options. So you can kind of narrow down which ones you really like, which ones you don't, and kind of start that whole process of like really what you're looking for when it comes to your competition suit color. So the next thing is going to be cuts. Now I'm typically going to talk more about the bottom cuts than I am the top. I'll get to the top in the next thing. But when it comes to your cuts, judges are typically looking for no thongs, almost across any division or any federation. They're not looking to see a thong on stage. So if you're someone like myself, where I would joke around and say that, my butt eats my underwear, I'm typically going to go for something that is not going to have that effect on stage. Now, of course, your body's going to be changing over time, so just keep this in mind. But the average and typical cut for the bottoms are going to be your pro cut almost across any division. Now, if you're someone who has very developed glutes, you might need a little bit more fabric just so you don't have that issue. Basically, you have to think of it. They don't want to see a thong. They want to see the fabric in between the glutes. So if you can't see that, then you need a little bit more coverage or more fabric there when it comes to that. But the front and the bottoms, you could do a couple different styles. There's a V cut, there's a scoop front, or you could do a little bit more high-waisted if you are concerned about any scars that you have from, C-sections, things like that. So just keep that in mind. Your tan will cover a lot of any scars that you do have, so they're not going to be very visible anyways, just as an FYI. But if it helps you to feel more confident, we can definitely do that. A scoop front or a V front is also going to help to show off more of your core, making your core also appear longer, making you look leaner too. So when it comes to the cups, we actually have 3 different kinds. Now, this is for the top. I want you to think about, what do you typically go for when it comes to your swimsuit tops? What do you normally gravitate towards? Do you gravitate towards just a regular triangle top? Or are you looking for something a little bit more support, more molded, that kind of thing? That's typically what you're going to want when it comes to your competition suit. Now, we have our typical triangle cups that I don't have pictured here. They do have a little bit of push up at the bottom, but not much, but it does help to give you a little bit of a lift. Now, the ones in the middle here at the bottom is our scoop cup, and that is typically found in a lot of wellness categories depending on the federation, but it's going to have like the little triangles out to the side with the straps that go around your back. That is very common for that, but our most popular one is actually at the top right, which is our push-up molded triangle cup. And I know that was a mouthful, but basically, as you can see, it has push-up in the outer and bottom sides of the cups, and it's molded, so it's going to help to give you that shape as well. That's typically great for people who have natural breasts. So that's another thing to keep in mind is if you have natural breasts or if you have implants, that's really going to play a role in which cup you want. Because if you are natural, you are going to lose a lot of the size in your chest, and the shape may change as well. So having a little extra support and a little shape is going to help go a long way compared to just a regular triangle cup. So the next thing, of course, is going to be connectors. This is really where we get to start adding a little bit more sparkle and shine to your suit besides the fabric itself. But you're going to get 2 around your neck. You're going to have 2 around the hips and 1 in the center of the chest. And this is where you can also start to really customize, the sparkle and giving the illusion of longer legs. So with connectors, I want you to keep in mind that if you are like myself, I'm 5'4", so I'm kind of on the shorter side. So I'm typically going to go for something that is a little bit of a thinner connector. So if you're looking at the top right, I'm going to choose one of the top 2 when it comes to a connector, because one, it's not going to take away from my hips and make my hips look bulky. It's going to be more dainty so that my legs also appear longer on stage in addition to the heels that I'm wearing. And if you are taller, you could get away with using a thicker connector. But if you are on the shorter side, I would definitely recommend something thinner. Now, when it comes to the center connector in the center of your chest, you have to think about how far apart you want your chest to be. So a thinner or a smaller connector in the center of your chest is going to bring your chest in a little bit compared to something that's a little bit wider. If you want more of a natural sit, if you will, on your chest, then you're going to want something a little bit longer. If you want something a little bit more pushed in, you're going to want something a little bit smaller there. But here's where the fun part begins, because everyone wants to go over crystals and design. So I want you to keep in mind that there are certain things that judges are kind of looking for and gravitating towards in different divisions. So when it comes to like the bikini division, they're looking for more pops of color. So you're going to see more like sporadic colors that are kind of mixed together. You're going to see a solid color, or maybe you're going to see ombre. So that's typically bikini. Now, wellness, you can do any of those, or you can start getting into a little bit more of the complex designs that you might see, like the one on the right. And there's nothing wrong with that for wellness. You can kind of go either way. Now, figure, that's where you're going to see more of the complex designs, where you see more like line work, and things like that when it comes to their suits. It's more complex, more unique when it comes to the suits. Everyone loves those, but typically that's what you see in figure and also women's physique as well. So the important thing that I want to also note with crystals is that there are a lot of companies that will use hot fix crystals. Now, I've done a lot of research to get feedback from people as well. And hot fix crystals are sometimes hit or miss because they don't last as long. Typically, over time, those are not going to last as long. They are going to fall off after so many uses, and depending on the body heat and everything else, they're not going to last as long. So we actually hand glue everything onto your suit to ensure that they stay, that your suit's going to last you more than one show. And, it does take a little bit longer, but the outcome is that much better, to be honest. So just some things to keep in mind. Now that we've gotten through all of those different options, now here's where we can really go over ways to customize to make sure that it fits you. So the number one thing is price. There are a ton of different ways to customize your suit with everything that we've shared so far in terms of like colors and cuts and, design, but it's going to come down to also the price. So typically a competition suit is going to range anywhere from $300 to $500 on average. Now, there are some that are below that. There are some that are above that. But on average, that's typically what you're going to be looking to spend. So I want you to think about what your budget is when it comes to your suit, because that ultimately is going to play into how complex the design is, how simple it needs to be, or the fabrics that you choose, and all the customization options that comes with that. So price definitely plays a huge role in what you choose. However, we do have payment options, which we give you several different ways to help you make payments in order to get the competition suit that you really want. So if you are willing and wanting to make payments so that you get the suit that you want for more than one show, then we will definitely help you with that. So we do have a couple of different options. You can just go to our website and order any of the designs that we already have available. They do have customization options on there, and they are made to order. So they would be made to order still based on your measurements. But if you're looking for more payment options, we do have that as well. So we have Shop Pay, which is on the website, which you're going to be able to make 4 different payments for that suit. Or we have the option of 50% now and pay later. So with that option, you're going to have to pay 50% down on whatever suit that you're choosing, and then make payments up until that suit is made, prior to us shipping it out to you. So this option is great, especially for custom orders for maybe designs that we haven't created yet, or maybe that's just a better option for you. But basically that 50% down helps us to get your suit started based on your measurements and everything else. And then you can make as many payments as you need to leading up to the day that it's going to be due, which we'll go over with you, so that you can make payments and get your suit prior to show day. And with all of this said, we enjoy custom designs. There are a lot of designs that we have not even made yet. We have drawn up, gone over with different people because of, different budgets and price points and colors. Maybe they haven't seen our designs in yet. So if that is something that you are looking for, maybe you've seen a design, or maybe you have this idea that you haven't really seen anywhere, we would love to chat with you and kind of go over any custom design ideas that you have, so that we can kind of design something for you and, build something out in a color that maybe isn't as common, or just a design that you haven't really seen much of. We are totally open to that. And of course, now we're going to get into everything you need to know about ordering your suit. So your competition suit needs to be ordered between 6 to 8 weeks out from your show date. And we recommend this, one, because it takes us time to create your suit and make it for you and then ship it, but also because by this time you should have a good idea of, what kind of progress you're making, what you're really looking for, and we'll be able to go off of your measurements and still determine where you're going to be at by show day, so that your suit fits you. All tracking numbers come with your suits, and we do ship worldwide. We have shipped to Germany and Australia, and are open to shipping other places. There might be a little bit of a different shipping price when it comes to that, but we are totally open to shipping to you wherever you may be. And if you're needing help in ordering and figuring out what is going to be the best option for you, then we do offer free suit consultations that are available to schedule with me to go over design from head to toe in the budget that you need. And we can go through and narrow down colors and designs and everything to kind of help you envision and bring your suit all together for every single detail, kind of like how we went through this so far as well for all the different options, but you'll be able to see everything in real time for that detail. And then, of course, we do have different ways to save money because, competing is an expensive sport. So we want to help you to save money wherever we can. And we have 3 different ways in order to do that. So the first way is by working with us one-on-one. So we do offer training and nutrition to help you prep for the stage in your show and help you walk you through that entire process. If you are already working with us one-on-one as a client, you do get 10% off of your suits to help you to save money when it comes to your competition suit and show day overall. The second option is our clients do have a referral program. So if you do refer someone to us as a client and they get started, then you get 10% off of your next billing. With this being said, we also do have a third option, which is for our ambassador program. With our ambassador program, basically, this is where you get a specific code so that you can share that with others. If someone were to use your code, they get 10% off of their order. And then you also earn 10% from that order as well, so that you are earning money essentially that could help you to pay for your suit in the long run as well. So those are 3 different options to help you in order to save money for show day. Last but not least, I definitely wanted to share some customer testimonials because we love getting feedback from you guys and everything that we have done. So I have a couple here that I want to share with you. This first one is from Shauna. She ordered a figure competition suit and it was her first one. She said that it wasn't blinged out like most others. She wanted something a little bit more on the budget friendly side, which was totally fine. But she was super ecstatic about it. She was like, this is phenomenal. She loved the work, the quality, the packaging, and loved it for her first competition. So she couldn't say enough about that. And then we have Mindy. She ordered a couple actually. And she said it was super comfortable, loved the colors because they really popped against her skin tone. Really happy that she purchased them and would be more than happy to come back for more. And then last but not least, I do have Suzanne, who, she's more of a natural gal. So she did lose a lot of her size, especially in the top. So she was super happy to get some padded inserts with her suit so that she could have more shape because she was starting to feel a little self-conscious. But it helped to give her that smile and that confidence back within her suit so that she could continue on her journey. All in all, I know that this was a lot to go over, especially if you are a first-time competitor. So we hope that we answered a lot of your questions and things to think about when it comes to your competition suits and going from head to toe and everything that goes into that, and also when ordering. But if you have any additional questions, feel free to comment those below or reach out to us personally. You can see a lot of the work that we have already done on our socials and on our website to kind of check us out. Like I said, if you have any additional questions, reach out. I hope you enjoyed all of this, and we'll talk to you soon.